I'm my brother's keeper. I'm my sister's guide. Standing here together with nothing left to hide. We lift each other up when the world feels torn apart. We're keepers of the flame. We're the healers of the heart.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to My Other's Keeper. I am going to get to know my newest guest. This is T from Perth, a voice down under. So, yeah, don't ask me to do an Aussie accent. It just
Well, I've got an English accent with a
with an
Aussie twang, because I'm actually I've only been in Australia for the last 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, English I can frequently do, but
okay.
It's muddled.
Yeah, but I actually grew up in Scotland, and I used to have a Scottish accent. So,
wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
then I moved down to England when I was 14. Got bullied at school for being Scottish, because there's quite a Scottish English kind of divide going on sometimes.
That whole,
Yeah. So I put on an English accent, and it stuck. Unfortunately.
Well, when you try to put it on, I could see it sticking. No, my father-in-law was Scottish, and his wife, my mother-in-law, was from Yorkshire.
Okay.
And so when they would go for vacations, they moved to Canada about, I don't know, within 8 or so years before my husband was born. So my husband was the first of their family born in Canada. And so they would go on vacations back to Britain and Scotland. And there's that line right between Yorkshire and Scotland, and it's got this little creek or something like that. Do you know where I'm talking about? Yeah. So he would stand on one side and pee toward Britain every time he went. Not that he had any attitude at all, but yeah.
That's brilliant. I love it. I fully support that. Hi, Body Illusion. How you doing?
Hi, Lucy. How you doing? Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah.
I haven't been there to Hadrian's Wall since I was really little. So I'd love to plan a road trip. I'd probably see more of the rest of the world than Britain. It'd be nice to do a little road trip around Britain one day. I will do that at some point.
And yet you have a haggis basher in here. So
yay! Yeah. Hey, haggis.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
That's what I'm talking about.
I actually don't mind haggis, and I like it with a mix of turnips and applesauce. Just that extra bit of tang and sweet in there. I like it that way.
Nice. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey, Leah, how you doing? Thanks for coming in.
And hi, Natmaster. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I miss Scotland very much. I will be going there in October, hopefully. Hey, great grandma.
Oh, nice. Hello, great grandma. Lots of new people for me to meet.
Yeah, this is lovely people.
This is excellent. Yes. So how long have you been on YouTube?
Only about 18 months.
Oh, wow.
With my channel. I've been lurking for a little bit before that. Yeah.
Right.
But, I think it's 18 months. It was, what are we in now? I don't even know what month we're in. Yeah, I think it was November 2020.
That's almost exactly.
Yeah.
Almost exactly 18 months. And I went on January of 24.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm just over. Hey, Daniel. Nice to see you.
Hi. Happy it's Friday here.
I know, right?
It's 9 a.m. Friday in Western Australia. Yeah.
Yep. And Daniel, thanks for coming, even though I'm an hour later than usual. So that's really nice. I appreciate that.
There's no way I would have been able to do it an hour ago. I think we worked out the time difference wrong. It's so confusing.
That's okay. And you know what? Going an hour late for me, not a big deal, because I mean, like you said, you have a son, you have to get ready for school.
Yeah.
That's a big job. I've had kids. I know what it's like.
It's moderate care as well, like help with dressing and prompting with eating and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Crystal Phoenix, I keep meaning to message you back because I know you wanted to have me on as well. I've been so incredibly busy with my campaign and also I've lots of different projects going on. Yeah, great grandma, I will mention that. Don't worry. I can mention it now if you want. But there's some massive news from LA.
Absolutely, please do.
Yeah, so big news from LA, from Audit LA, actually, who I think has been putting it together. I only caught the end of the live, but for all people who are protesting against any high control group, Scientology in particular, they've managed to get a permit for L. Ron Hubbard Way. And they're going to do a protest on the 15th of June from 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. I think it is.
That's big.
We asked anyone here watching from the LA area or able to travel to that area for a Father's Day protest. Lara FM hasn't seen her father for, she's been disconnected from him for years and years. And this is incredible for us to be able to, for them to be able to get a permit there. And it would just be really, really great to get a massive crowd of loving people, to go there and, show that we're there to help people who want to escape and also to protest against the abuses that are going in there. So that would be fantastic if anyone wants to join. You can get in touch with me and I'll pass details on or with Lara FM. That would be fantastic. Let's get some boots on the ground and some people out there making some noise. Would be fantastic because we don't know if this will ever happen again. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that's amazing. Oh, that's wonderful. So it's great to see you here, Phoenix. I have to differentiate between my Crystal and Crystal Phoenix, so I just call her Phoenix.
Okay, right, yeah.
But that's me.
Sure. I saw the name Crystal pop up earlier and I was like, oh, is it Crystal Phoenix? And I was like, there's another Crystal. Hello.
No, there's, two very distinct, amazing women. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Phoenix has been really, really busy. So she's feeling a little like she just needs to sit back, relax, have a cup of, I don't know, iced tea, whatever it is that you drink when you relax.
Yeah.
Have one of those.
I will be relaxing this weekend for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. You know what? I do think of you quite frequently, Phoenix. I really, really do. And you're a real sweetheart. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, tell me, you've
I'm eating my breakfast. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Feel free to eat. This is a food-friendly program. But you have said that you've been busy doing a lot of projects. Tell me kind of what's been on your mind, what you've been doing.
Oh gosh, where do I start? I guess okay. So many. I'm like, which one? Yesterday I had an interview with a big YouTube channel here in Western Australia.
Nice. I saw you and the photo of you.
Yeah, so he's a stand-up comedian. It's nothing to do with Scientology or anything like that, but he has a lot of followers in Australia. So the reason my channel's name is A Voice Down Under is because I was Perth Scientology audit, and someone who regularly comes into my chat was like, you're the only voice down under. And although I do have some amazing, fantastic friends that, come and protest with me, they all live over East and none of them stream. I'm the only one that streams. And they were like, yeah, you're the only one that speaks up. So I don't agree that I'm the only one that speaks up. There's people doing stuff behind the scenes. But I just thought, okay, I guess I'm the voice. I'm the one on making the noise on the screen. So, yeah, I changed my name to A Voice Down Under. And anyway, so this YouTube channel put like a call out for some more sort of controversial topics to talk about. It came up that there was some people wanted to talk about cults. Scientology came up at the top of the list. And then because he's based in Western Australia, quite a few people wrote to him and recommended me. I think because I am the only one kind of streaming.
Right.
Yeah, and I got a message from his casting agent and stuff asking me to come on, and I said hell yeah. Definitely come on. So we
Awesome.
yeah, we did a recorded interview yesterday. We recorded for about 2 hours outside the org in London.
Right.
Sorry, in Perth. My brain's still not quite awake. Outside the org in Perth, and yeah,
we were
great.
talking about the UK earlier, so that makes total sense to me.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. As long as it makes sense to you. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because you so just for people that aren't normally I mean, I guess your channel isn't an anti-Scientology channel, so
not specifically, but I am anti lots of things.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like I am. Yeah.
So that's what I do on my channel. I protest against not against a religion. You know, everyone has the right to believe in whatever they want to believe. If they want to believe in aliens and stuff like that, that's totally up to them. It's none of my business.
Yeah.
But it's protesting against the abuses and the cover-ups and stuff that go on within Scientology. You know, I mean, most Scientologists are really nice people that want to save the world, you know,
Right.
but these abuses and things need to be exposed.
It's the systems, right? It's like, I'm a Christian, very proud, happy, out there, but at the same time, I know that there are church systems that have been abusive. There are people who hide themselves inside a church because they're abusive people. There are so many reasons that people would say, oh, Christianity can't stand it. Yeah. But it's not Christianity that's the problem. It's not the book that's the problem. The problem is the people. And humans suck. So, yeah. I'm not master. I could never say hello to you in Tagalog, but I will say thank you. So, you know, salamat. Thank you for coming.
Kia just said, I made the mistake of passing by the Mormon mission on my way to Mum's, and they scared me just by saying hello in Tagalog to me. Never going back there again. Oh gosh. Yeah. I think with all kind of all religions, there's going to be some bad offshoots, you know. I mean, it's the same with Islam. Everyone sort of tars Muslims as terrorists and think that, you know, I think it's just ignorance and lack of education. You know, there's, as far as I know, 11 different types of Muslim, you know, and you're going to get extremists in all religions. There's going to be an extremist level of it, you know. Scientology's book is a lot of the problem. It's another one of my projects is that I'm going through all of the history of Hubbard and hypnosis. So Hubbard is the LRH. L. Ron Hubbard is the founder of Scientology, and he was a master hypnotist before he put together the book Dianetics. So I'm going.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I've gone right back to his teenage years and kind of telling the story with images and me talking on it. Which takes a long time to put together. I've been working on it for months on and off because I get like annoyed with it and then I'll put it down. But yeah, going right through the history, because in sort of like the 40s and stuff is when the whole, you know, the end of the war and going through the war and all of that stuff and all the hypnotic stuff and MK Ultra and all of that and all the stuff that influenced him and how he put Dianetics together, which was basically the start of Scientology. So it's quite interesting to research. But yeah, when you break it down like that and realize all the different techniques that are used, there's literally hundreds, if not thousands of techniques used within Scientology. And I think that needs to be exposed, you know?
For sure.
Definitely. Hi, Marie. How you doing? Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Hi, Rudy. Cajun Juju. Hello. Nice to see you all. Yeah, so that's another one of my projects. And then also there is well, you're going to wish that you never asked me in a minute.
Not at all. No. I find you fascinating. So honestly, I'm just going to sit. I'm going to say, okay, go. And you go until you need to stop. And then I'll say, okay, go, and then you can go again. So, I mean, I just want to listen. That's actually why I have a channel. I like to listen to people's stories.
That's so nice. That's so nice. Yeah. So Marie knows where it's at. Scientology should be charged for breaking the stolen valor laws. Yes. Are there laws against that? If not, there should be. That's a good thing to look into. Hubbard did not receive a Purple Heart. Scientology stopped advertising that he did. Yes, quite. There's a lot of things he claims he did that he didn't. you know, he pretty much failed at everything he did, but he's got a whole Hubbard Life Improvement Center. He's got a couple of them, I think, where it shows his life and all his certificates and medals, and it's not true, you know.
Wow.
I do have a pen and paper. I can write that for you, Rudy. Rudy likes numbers.
He does. And actually, I don't have him on my channel. I find him incredibly distracting. So I'm going to not watch the chat. Okay. I hope you don't mind.
That's all right. Look, I'll write this. I'll write it the one time, Rudy. And then I think maybe if we have enough time at the end, I could do some more. But we're going to try and stay on topic because I do get very, oh no, hang on a minute. Right, 0 to 100. I just realized he was 0, 1, 2, 3. I was just going to write.
Oh, yes, 0. Yes, he does. Yeah, no, he wants them all.
Well, this is the best I can do, Rudy. I don't know if you can't see because of the light. Whoop. 0 to 100.
100. Okay.
You can't see the. Oh my gosh. There. There we go. And it's around the wrong way.
No, it's the right way. We can see it the right way. Yep. Oh, geez. Yeah. Power. Yeah. Okay. So if you don't know, don't know if you saw the up. I cannot read today. I am just telling you, my brain has turned to fuzz. I don't get it. But the girl who was missing is back home safe, thanks for all the prayers. Oh, awesome. Oh, that is so wonderful when you can see that and say, you know what? There you go. Right?
Kia, I would look into that. That's to do if you look up Hubbard and Jack Parsons and the occult stuff that he got into, which I'll probably do a series about that as well at some point. It's very messed up. That was one of the rituals they were trying to do. It did involve Jack Parsons doing that. So yeah, they were trying to summon.
Nice.
Anyway,
well,
yeah, we went.
What's his name? The Satanist dude.
Aleister Crowley.
That's the one. He had a lot of sex.
That's what they did.
Rituals within his belief system as well.
Yeah.
So
that's what they were doing. Yeah. And funnily enough, but not funny, my stepdad was into that. So when I when I found out the stuff that Hubbard was doing, I was like, wow, you know, because I always used to see those books on the bookshelf at home, and my mum they would be arguing, and I never understood why. And she practices Wicca, so she would go out and do her circle and her ceremonies and stuff like that, whatever they do, and he would do his thing, and then he tried to get involved with her stuff, and she was like, no, I don't want you anywhere near my stuff. And she'd say, like, he does the bad stuff and I do the good stuff. And she was kind of in like I'd say controlling. But my mum's I see her as quite vulnerable, especially when she was younger. You know, this is before she was my age now.
Right.
And he definitely influenced her and manipulated her a lot. He was very into kind of, I don't know if it was hypnosis or something, but definitely some kind of, he could persuade anyone to do anything.
Just a mind control genius.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very crafty like that. So I think that's what might give me some interest in Hubbard, because I guess figuring him out is kind of figuring out what my stepdad was doing. You know, he's gone now. He's been gone. He actually died the year my son was born, so that was pretty awesome. Because he wasn't a nice. It sounds awful.
Well, I hate to say it, but anybody who's into the same thing as Crowley ain't a good guy. You know, like that's just not.
My mum's still got the books actually. She hasn't got the Book of the Law, which I wanted to. I have read some of it, but God, it was very, very strange and not really. It's more like I can't remember what language it was, Latin or something, or just weird like ritual things to say, and just really yucky. Yeah, I'm the same, Crystal. I'm not spiritual at all. And sometimes I wish I was. I don't believe in anything. I don't even believe in ghosts. And I just believe when you die, you're just dead and you're just a dead body. And it's kind of like a bit kind of sad, and it sounds sad and cold. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll believe it when I see it. I know that sounds, I'm quite black and white like that. But I believe it, I guess, like in things like if you put positive energy out, you'll get positive energy back. And I've especially been feeling that a lot lately since I had the shots and everything.
And I need to ask you, you about that as well. That could be a whole show on its own. Okay, so I'm going to write notes here. Hang on, that's the wrong book. No, I do want to write notes about things that I find fascinating in certain people. And you have so many things that we could just sit and talk about forever.
God, I think I'm a boring person, so that's amazing.
I know, don't we all? We all think that we are boring. We really, really do.
Okay. Well, if I finish trying to outline
yes, you do your
project,
thing.
My project.
I'm just going to write notes.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
Yeah, so that's you're a weirdo. No, I'm joking.
Yes, I am. You're only just learning this now. Okay.
Aren't we all? Isn't it good to be a weirdo? I mean,
I know, it's great. Being weird is a quality to be admired. I've taken many years to perfect the craft.
It's a compliment. It's meant as a compliment.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So that's another one of my projects. And then the other one is I started a campaign against COSRECI. So COSRECI is the Church of Scientology Education, Religious Education Incorporated, which is a charity that has been registered here in Australia in Adelaide, but it operates out of the UK. So it's not actually doing anything in Australia or benefiting the Australian people. And the reason they've done that, as far as I know, is that they didn't receive charitable status in the UK. So they're doing a fiddle, they're fiddling it through Australia. And I believe that should be investigated. Around 10 years ago, one of the senator of South Australia, actually wrote to the Australian Tax Office. I'm not sure what happened with it. Nothing, obviously, because it's still going on. Something just clicked. Hang on. My computer is so dodgy. I got it off Facebook for like $200, and it's like if I knock it in the slightest, it just goes off. So he tried to do something and it was denied or whatever. Hang on, I'm going to have to unplug my hard drive. I think it's popping up. And also a very active news reporter at the time also wrote to the Australian Commission, charity commissions, and they didn't get back to him for 18 months. And when they finally did get back to him after lots of chasing them, they said, we don't have the resources to investigate it. And it's like, why? Like, that's literally their job. So anyway, that all kind of, a lot happened. The senator tried to get a massive inquiry launched on Scientology in Australia. He was denied that in Parliament. He was denied it. And also Brian Seymour, so the news reporter. Hey, Gina Freya, Heather Mack, hello. And anyone else I miss?
No, I'm just saying goodbye to Phoenix. She's going to go play VR for self-care.
That sounds good. I need to get some VR.
I'm big on self-care.
Yeah. So also Brian Seymour has gone very quiet for the last kind of 6 to 8 years, probably, a long time. And I'm like, well, what's going on? So I did some digging, and he's been threatened by Scientology legally. And I think they had to come to an agreement that he's not allowed to speak up in the media about Scientology anymore. So that gives me even more reason to want to speak up, because nobody's speaking up about them. And we used to know. For
sure.
Yeah, we used to know everything that was going on with Brian. He was an absolute legend, proper Aussie legend. And we just haven't heard anything for years. I think the last thing that came out in the news, there was a lady talking about how she wasn't allowed in the building. They locked her out of the building. And that was about 5 years ago or something. Hang on. What's that? Do you want me to send you paper for Nick, government paper? I'm not sure which one you mean, but I've got the letter that he sent to the ATO. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get this G'd up again. I've got a petition for people to sign. I don't know if you want me to if I can give the link, that'd be amazing. Well, anyone around the world, I guess, can sign it. But the bigger amount of Aussies we have would be awesome, because if so I've been onto the ACNC, the Australian Charities Commission, and on their website now they've got a list of all these people they've investigated. So they obviously have the resources now, so they can bloody well investigate it, I reckon. You know, I'll just get the link. I've got it here. So that's one of my things I'm doing, because if we get it, if they investigate it, potentially it could be deregistered, and that would really upset their operations in the UK.
Oh, it would upset their operations worldwide, because like they are just, it sets a precedent. Yeah.
Because they've got, they're moving tens of millions of dollars a year.
Wow.
And the Australian taxpayers are carrying the burden of that, So it's not on. I haven't got many signatures so far. I think I've got 60 signatures. So come on, everyone, just sign a petition, please. Let's see if we can do something about this, I've got a fair bit I found. Oh, yes, please. Send me anything you have, Marie.
Oops,
I will get to it eventually. I did see what you sent me the other day, mate. I've got so much going on. I just sent the link in private chat.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And I resent it. But
yeah. So we've got that going on, and I've been flyering for that. So I printed out some flyers. I do have a little Facebook group as well called Stop Cosrecchi, I think it's called. And on there you can actually get the flyer and print it out yourself.
Okay.
If you're in Australia and go canvassing. That's what I've been doing. Let's have a look. I'll just get the link for that if that's all right.
Not a problem.
Shamelessly plugging everything.
Oh no, please do. Everything that you're talking about is important work. Like, honestly, it's important work that needs to be done. It needs to be highlighted. And as much as I can do, like, I just have a tiny little platform here. But if I can be even a portion of,
it's so if you go onto that Facebook group, there is a link. There should be a link to print out the flyers, and just print them out and distribute them wherever you are in Australia. And when I go out and about, because I've got a cleaning business and I go to different suburbs, and I always try and post a few while I'm there, and spread the word, get some signatures. And hopefully, that's going to be an ongoing thing. I haven't really got a time limit at the moment. I don't think it put a time limit on the change.org. So we'll just keep it going until we've got enough signatures. And then I will write a letter to the ACNC as well. I've got the letter sitting there ready, and hopefully make some noise with that. Even if they don't do an inquiry, it's still putting it into the public eye of what kind of how shady they are and stuff,
Exactly.
So it needs to be spoken about. They've been getting away with this for I think around 40 years. This Cosrecchi thing has been going, Wow. It's very shady. Hey, Cherokee Joy, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Hello.
That's 3 projects I've told you about. What else is there? There's there's fsignto.space. That's another really good project that's going on. This is like more of a community project. People from around the world have been building a website for the last year and a half, where you can go on there and you can see which activists are live. While they're live, you go on there. There's a whole list of all the activists from around the world. You can watch them live on there. If you don't like watching people doing vertical streaming, you can actually watch it in horizontal through that site. And also we've now started collecting resources for all the different states in America, in Canada, in all the different countries around the world, providing resources for people that are wanting to leave Scientology or other high control groups. So giving them resources to help them when they leave, like housing, food, what do you call it? Post cult counselling, like specialist counselling, stuff like that.
Yes,
so I've been doing a lot of research and putting those resources together for that, as well as making flyers and
For
stickers
sure.
and things like that to get the word out on that. So
in Canada, where would you find Scientology centers in Canada?
I believe so. There's Toronto. I'm trying to get this right. Quebec. I think there's. I haven't started doing Canada yet, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm in Canada, Cherokee Joy.
Yeah,
yes.
Vancouver, Winnipeg. Where's the other one? Winnipeg, and there is another one. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
Probably
on that one.
someplace like Calgary. I'm thinking the larger cities.
Yeah, I haven't heard about Calgary.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely Quebec and no, is it Montreal? Because I get mixed up with the names of the provinces and then the names of the cities. Which is
Quebec is the province and a city.
Yes.
Montreal is in the province of Quebec. So yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, because it's like a French name, isn't it? yeah. So I maybe not in Montreal. I'm not sure. Yeah, but there are. I will be doing that country next. Hang on.
Okay.
Thanks, Marie. You're sending me loads of stuff, and it's awesome. There you go. Certainly want to have the noise. So that's the website for that I just posted in there. That would be great to get that out there. Hey, Eat More Pizza. How are you? Yeah, so we've got F Sciento, we've got the Cosrecki, we've got the hypnosis series. I did an interview. What else have I been doing? I would really love to advertise my friend's book, if that's okay.
Is this Phoenix's?
No, it's actually I didn't know Phoenix. Phoenix, yeah, I thought
she's writing a chapter for a book.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm aware that we're doing a book. I didn't know if it was finished or not. No, this is for a Scientologist or ex-Scientologist, sorry, who was actually in Scientology in Quebec, and he was in the Sea Org in LA, I believe, as well. His name's Michel Francois Laflèche. He's been in 4 different cults, and he's released an amazing book called Falling from a Pink Cloud, and it's talking about the different cults and the mind control aspect of it, and he really wants to get that book out there.
I'm right down here.
If I can just go and grab my copy just to show you the front cover.
Certainly, yes.
I'll be 1 second. How do I turn my camera off so you don't see?
I can move you. I can take you off. There we go. All right, everybody. So, Falling from a Pink Cloud. Pink Cloud. See, now I started in doing YouTube, etc., simply because I started watching Aaron Smith Levin and his Scientology information. I went to Bible school, and I have a real fascination with a variety of religions, and just to kind of see what's out there. And so when I came across just studying, and when I say studying, I mean like looking at lightly a variety of different religions, Scientology fascinated me because it is so pervasive, because it is so secular, but still calls itself a church, and that confused me, so. Yeah.
I think what has kind of, hang on a minute, I'm just trying to get the link to his book on Amazon, if that's all right. It fascinates me too, Scientology, and because it is actually out of all the cults, it's not one of the biggest cults, it has the most powerful brainwashing. And people who have been in it a long time, it can apparently take a minimum of 12 and a half years to be completely deprogrammed from it. It's very strong, complex, deep brainwashing. You actually end up brainwashing yourself without realizing. You're taught how to brainwash yourself, and you're constantly brainwashing yourself, constantly reactivating that hypnotic state for years. And imagine being born into that and being hypnotized for your entire life and then coming out of it. It's just absolutely horrendous. It just.
Okay, T, this is going to sound like a really, really, really question. Were you in Scientology?
No.
No, it just fascinated you. Okay, so it's not as bad a question as I thought. Okay.
It's no, you can ask me anything you want. Honestly, I'm a massive oversharer. And I love it.
Me too.
Yeah, I think I have ADHD, and apparently it's one of those traits. So that's
I know, right? I found out in my 40s that I have ADHD.
I found out 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I in my life makes so much more sense now.
Yeah, right. But
they don't make pretty fidget things for women, so I make necklaces and things that spin.
Oh wow, I love that.
So
that's so cool, yeah. Awesome. That's a really good idea. I actually saw you have a little shop, don't you?
I do. Yes.
So beautiful. Really beautiful stuff in there. Check out Kim's shop. Just put your link in there as well for my viewers. Absolutely stunning stuff in there. Gorgeous. Yeah, you have the so Cherokee Joy has the Universal Medicine cult near her, and I'm going to hit someone up from that who is in Australia, that so I can kind of link up with other people, because this campaign against Kozrecki could bring a lot of fair game to me, because it's really messing with their operations. So I think she's doing, people who've done similar, and she escaped and she wrote a book and stuff. So I think it's good to connect with each other and help each other, just have some support behind the scenes, because I am kind of doing this by myself, and to hook up with people that have done the same thing would be, I think, a good thing to do.
Yeah. Oops, not 1,500, but 15,000.
They're all over the world. They're in the UK as well. And actually, I have a friend who's an ex-Scientologist, and he's been disconnected from his kids, and he's been disconnected for the last 18 months, and the Christmas just gone was the first Christmas he'd had without them, and he's absolutely gutted and desperately trying to find a way to help him. And so I was researching, and I found this guy who is now a professor at a university, but he started a whole post-cult counseling service, because he actually lost his daughter to Universal Medicine, and she was stuck in there with the mum, but he managed to get her out. He managed to get her. And the way to do that is to prove that the cult is damaging to that child. So he did that. She was given all these orders of things that their daughter was not allowed to do in there. And then she didn't stick to it. And so he won custody and he got her out of there. So that's something to look into for people that have got children stuck in Scientology as well,
Wow.
It's the proof. It's finding the proof is the hard
What
bit.
I've done here is I've simply put in my YouTube address, and in there you will find a link to my online store.
Yeah.
And you will also see little shorts and stuff like that of my actual artwork, etc. So
brilliant. Lovely. Yeah, please check out Kim. Yeah. She's got some amazing stuff. Lovely. Beautiful. Yeah, Universal Medicine is shocking.
Okay, now tell me about that, because when we talk about Universal Medicine here in Canada, it's universal healthcare, and it is a good thing.
Yeah, it's not that.
Tell me what.
I haven't gone down that rabbit hole. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole too much, but what I'm gathering is it's kind of a cult, but it's more. I think I don't want to be wrong, but they're very anti-psychiatry. The Esther Rocket, that's the one I'm gonna actually see if I can get her on my channel, Cherokee Joy. Yeah, they're disgusting beliefs, like if someone is born with Down syndrome, it's because they did something bad in their previous life, and
almost like Christian Science.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, just disgusting stuff. Stories of abuse.
That is terrible. I know, right? Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So
Esther Rocket is one of Cherokee Joy's friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your in right there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm friends with her as well, and I just need to message
Oh, there
her.
you go.
Hello, Marilee.
Hello.
Beautiful lady. I love Marilee. I love the name
that's
Marilee as
wonderful.
well. It's such a lovely name.
That's a nice name, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like Joy. Joy is such a happy name.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that's another whole kettle of fish to universal medicine. But I would love to do some stuff on that, but I need to finish some of these projects first, you know. And I do have a little bit more time lately. I've cut down on work, so that I have time for more self-care since
good.
shots. Yeah.
Okay.
So and this is the book that I was talking about. It's called the blooming light here. Falling from a Pink Cloud by Michel Lefrancois. I haven't read it yet.
Lefrancois.
Lefrancois, sorry, I'm not very good at French.
Cour. Yeah. When you were saying it, I thought you were talking about Lefrancois, and it's no Lefrancois.
Francois.
Like sort of like Coors beer.
Okay, Francois. Yeah.
Yes.
What did I say? Francois.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's way off, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So Cherry, if you had autism in a past incarnation you were a dictator. Oh my gosh. Just disgusting stuff. Yeah. So yeah, and lots of other little projects as well going on that's keeping me busy. So and I'm actually going to try and work on a bit of an advertising campaign for this lovely guy this weekend. I said I'd make him an advert. I have no idea where to start. He said he likes he said my voice sounds professional and stuff in my videos, so I'm gonna
nice.
I'm gonna do him some adverts and stuff and get
there. You go. So Crystal just wanted to quickly ask again how you got to wanting to learn more about psychology or that cult Scientology, though you weren't ever in it.
Yeah. So I've always kind of try to advocate for people, especially children, and you know, keeping them safe. And before I did all of this, I was doing stuff online, but not on YouTube, and help take down PDF rings. If you know what I mean.
I do.
And you know, exposing human trafficking and helping out with fundraising for things like that. Trying to support families in small villages, because that's, you know, in different countries like the Philippines, Cambodia, places like that, because that's where human traffickers will target.
That's where they take people from.
Yeah, because they know family, and the families will a lot of the time give their children kind of willingly, because they're desperate. They don't have any money, and they're thinking, oh,
they're going to go have a life in wherever this is.
In a hotel,
they're going to get food. They're going to have work. They're going to
send money home and stuff, and that's not what it is. They get their passports
taken off
them, you know, they're put into sex work. So I was exposing all of that for a few years, and then I'd always had an interest in Scientology. I think it sounds really weird, but my favorite color is blue, and I remember seeing that bloody bright blue building on a show a long time ago, probably about 15 years ago, around when Jenna Miscavige came out with her book. Yeah. And I read her book, and I was just like, what the actual hell is this? This is insane. I bawled my eyes out. I couldn't believe that this child was going through this. And that was kind of, you know, that's when I started kind of researching it and stuff. And if you have the is on SBS app, the true, I have to read the end and I jump around sentences. The True Believers, it's on different cults. First one, Serge Ben, I can't say his surname. Yeah, that's Universal Medicine. So
Benyan, I would assume.
Yeah, so if you're in Australia,
I would not say the H, but that's me. I'm weird.
Yeah, So yeah, if you're in Australia, the SBS app, you can watch about the Universal Medicine. Yeah, so yeah, it was an amazing book. Definitely. So I've kind of like picked it up and put it down over the years, and then I came across, what was I doing? It was when I was doing the human trafficking stuff, I sort of started looking into cults again and everything, and then I came across Andrew Gold, and then Aaron, and then just got into it like that. I was watching in the community for a while, and then I found out there was an org here in Perth. And I thought, oh no, not on my watch. So then I started putting stuff up, and then I started streaming. So that was about 18 months ago that I started streaming. Yeah, so that's how I got into it. Hey, Mr. Scotty, have you been upsetting people again, mister? I just saw Liz's video. Oh, God. You need a smack bum, mate. Anyway, we won't get into the drama.
It's okay.
Yeah, so that's how I got into it. So it was kind of like a on and off, and then, yeah, just saw the whole, saw that there was a community fighting against them, because all I could find at first was anonymous, and I was like, oh, but that was like 15 years ago.
Right.
Then when I saw Aaron's channel and that he was, you know, fighting against them, and he, you know, he's just like, I want to piss off miscarriage and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, this is something I could get into, you know. Yeah. You put your foot in it, Scotty. You need to don't blame your friends. You need to own your shit and go and say sorry with your tail between your legs. It's okay to be wrong.
It is, as long as you own it.
Yeah.
That's like
that.
The thing.
Like to admit he's wrong though.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what? I think it's important. I think everyone should go and do a course on how to be trauma informed. Because you think you are, and then you know you I was so worried about upsetting people like survivors and stuff like that. And I actually went to do Keela did this as well, went to do a free course on how to be become trauma informed. Bloody signed up to it, and it was a Scientologist.
No.
Yeah. I didn't sign up to it because I looked into it and I thought, this doesn't, you know, if it's too good to be true, it normally is. Yeah. Keela signed up to it, and there was like a webinar and all of that. And it looked into the bloke behind it, and it was a Scientologist. I got a picture of him in the church and everything, and they kept hounding her, and she gave them money, and she got it back in the end. But
so this is how Keela got involved with the Scientology racket. Like, she didn't want to join Scientology. She wanted to help people.
Yeah, this was recent. This was a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex subject. Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
absolutely. Everyone
reacts to trauma in different ways as well. So you've just got to be
there's so many different sources. Something that is just drama to me can be trauma to somebody else. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I had triggers that I didn't even know about, you know, until a couple of months ago, you know. And,
wow.
Yeah. It was funny. Cherokee Joy was very brave and went into the onto the premises when we were protesting.
Ooh.
Trying to give them these. I had these little what do you call it? Like little like vouchers I'd made.
Yeah.
And it said, you know, go visit this link to save yourself lots of money. And it was a link to the OT3 material, you know, like so.
There you go. Yeah, save yourself thousands upon thousands.
She went in like shaking this voucher about, and this guy came out, and what did he actually say to you? He was just like, we have to leave the property, probably.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think they've stopped calling the police on me now. They've given up because they know I'm within the law, because they were trying to say that they're the bit of the nature strip right outside their door is their property. I went to the local council and I got proof that it's not, and I printed it out with all the boundaries marked out in red. And I said, well, you know, I'm not breaking the law. I'm not on your property. And so last time, not yesterday, I went there with the YouTube channel, but the time before I went there with my friends from Melbourne, flew over and put out a big long list. So I've got a big long list of deaths that could have been prevented, over 260 names, rolled it out right past their front door.
Wow.
Normally she would open the door and come out and go, we're on private property, I'm going to phone the police. She didn't this time. She closed the doors, and then the police did come, but they just rolled past and gave us a wave. So because I you know, I
she obviously phoned them.
Yeah. But a week before, I'd actually spoken to the police commissioner for the whole of Western Australia and found out my rights and found out what I'm allowed to do. That's I think the most important.
Brilliant.
Thing.
That is so smart. Yes.
It's advice for anyone that's considering protesting. Find out the rules for your state. You know, there's different rules in different states of Australia. Like in New South Wales, you have to have a permit. You're meant to have a permit here. But when I spoke to the police commissioner, he goes, how many people? And I said, maximum 3. And he's like, there's no one here. It's a desert state. There's like literally such a small population. He goes, don't worry about a permit then, for goodness sake. He goes, just, you know, it was above 3, then get one, you know, we're not worried about you, you know.
Exactly.
You know, every time you go down there, maybe give us a quick call and say, oh yeah, I'm going down the org today, and they'll be like, yeah, we might drive past just to check that you're all good. But they don't care. They don't care. They just roll their eyes at Scientology. So yeah.
Oh wow. Hey Tiff, nice to see you. Glad you're here.
Oh, that's a brilliant book. I haven't read it, but I know a lot of the content. She
Which
was
book?
amazing.
Paula Cooper's book.
Yeah. I think she goes into the history of Scientology in Australia there. Yeah, they did it. It expanded 3 states at one point. And it was actually, I think it was a guy a Scientologist in Western Australia that got it, possibly helped to get it overturned and reinstated, that it was allowed again by somehow, you know, because what they do is they find the loopholes. And he became a registrar to be able to marry people. And then it was like, well, our religion can marry people. So they had to, you know, change it. Because at the time when the Anderson report was done, this big inquiry, this was in the late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't actually have a definition of religion. So they were like, you know, like, and I possibly that could have been why it changed from Dianetics to Scientology, why they made it a religion. What happened in Australia would actually have contributed to that. So I think there's 7 states and territories in Australia. I think it's 7. So you've got Queensland, New South Wales, Western Australia, South Australia. You got Australian Capital Territory, Northern Territory. Oh, and you got Victoria as well. So yeah, 7 states and territories. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Hey, Decipher. How you going, Decipher? Nice to see you. Yeah. So yeah, and Tasmania as well. So there's 8. I forgot about Tasmania. Tasmania is a little island at the bottom people forget about.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd love to go.
I have a friend who lives in Tasmania, and I have a sister who lives in Brisbane.
Awesome. Yeah, Tasmania looks beautiful, and you can see the Southern Lights from there.
Yes, I've heard.
I just want to check. So Elk of, how do you say that? Elk of
Antioch.
Antioch. What's Antioch?
Antioch is a city, or was a city in Syria.
Oh, cool. Hail Emperor Zenu and his loyal officer T-Bird. I like that. Yeah, so 8 states and territories, Scott. Andy Nolch, right? I'm a bit, what's the deal with Andy Nolch? He's funny as. I think he's trolling, man. I don't think he's actually a bloody, I don't know if he's an independent. I think he goes in pretending to be. I might actually hit him up and see if he wants to come on the channel, because he's funny, man.
You have the best people in your chat. These people are fabulous. I love them.
They're interesting, aren't they?
I'm watching the chat go by. It's like, okay, there's every now and then there's just something I'll skip. But, you know, it's just all in all, you got some cool people.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I let only old riffraff in, you know?
Yeah, I'm not big enough to kick anybody. No, I've kicked one person out who's an actual person. The other one I've kicked out is a bot, I think. So anyway. Oh,
so Joy, I haven't really been going live, to be honest. This is Kim invited me onto her channel. So yeah, I haven't.
Yes.
When was the last time I went live? I went live when I was coming home yesterday, but I haven't actually really been going on any lives. So yeah.
You and I both do the little thing when our mouth isn't working, right? So yeah,
ADHD.
That's right. Yes, that's the international ADHD sound of I have no idea what I'm saying. Yep.
So I know what I'm saying, but it didn't come out properly, so I'm kind of like rewinding.
Got it. Okay.
6 states and 2 territories. There you go. Yeah.
There we are. Okay.
Oh, jeez. Oh, hey, Fiona. How you doing? Fiona's another lovely
Fiona.
But yeah, somebody asked earlier, is there a protest? Oh, it's you, Marie, sorry. Is there a protest in Australia, in Sydney? No, there's no one I mean, I'm going to try. I will advertise that later. I've got to go to work today, actually, straight after this. So I probably can't stay on maybe till past, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Otherwise, the later I start, the later I finish, and it's Friday.
What is your job? Friday. What's your job?
I have a cleaning business. Yeah.
Cool. So, okay. Is that something you enjoy doing?
No.
My daughter's best friend, she has a cleaning business and she loves cleaning. Like, to her, that is her passion. She goes into a place that's like truly actually dirty and she's like, oh, look what I can do here.
Yeah, I used to be like that. I used to so I've done it on and off for 25 years, you know.
Okay, yeah. After 25 years, she might get sick of it.
Yeah, I used to clean aircraft and stuff as well.
Did you?
I've done hotels, psychiatric wards, manor houses, all sorts of different cleaning, commercial cleaning, all of that. And you know, it's always something, because I've traveled quite a bit and I've lived in a couple of different countries, that it's always there's always cleaning work wherever you go, cleaning or care work. You know, so I've just just kind of done that on and off. I've never really known what I want to do for a career. I've never known
what do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm 44 this year and I still got no idea. Absolutely no idea what I want to do. Hey Indigo, thanks for popping in, babe.
Hi Indigo.
So I
go to bed.
I'm just winging it and hoping that I'll have my call in at some point.
Oh wow. Okay, disability counselor. Cherokee, you want to come on my channel? Basically, I find somebody with an interesting something and I just want to learn from them. So Cherokee Joy, if you are interested in coming on my channel at all and talking about what you do, telling me about your passions and that kind of stuff, email me right here. myotherskeeperis@gmail.com. Okay? So please feel free to give me a shout.
Marie said it's beer o'clock here in New South Wales. It's Captain Davy's tears time for me. They're delicious.
There you go.
Freshly squeezed this morning.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wouldn't you love to do that? Hey?
Oh, no doubt. Yes. Bring his little neck. His miniature little neck. Yep.
Oh dear. Yeah. Yeah. So I used to be a clean freak. I actually had a bit of a trauma response when I was in my early 20s and went through a period of being like OCD. Like I had my rituals at night where I had to have things in a certain way and everything was spotless and I clean everything over and over. I think it must have been some kind of breakdown. I've had trauma in every decade of my life from the age of 10. And then I don't know, it just sort of passed. So I've got to wait 2 months for the editing apparently because they're very busy. They've just come from another recording when they came to interview me. So, and you know when you look back on an interview and you're like, oh, I wish I'd said this and I wish I'd said that, and I meant to go in there and give them a bit of my charm and my humor and stuff like that, but I'd had a really rough morning with my son. I couldn't get him to school. I was feeling all fluey. I feel a bit better now. I've been eating this muffin and had a Red Bull, but I was feeling really rough yesterday, and I wanted to make a T-shirt, like advertising everything, and my bloody vinyl cutter broke, and then my heat press didn't work, and I'm like, I need to do my hair, and you know, it just all went wrong. And then I've forgotten what I was saying with that. What was I?
Things that have gone wrong.
I didn't get all the stuff out in the interview, but I did. I advertised F Sciento Space. I told them about I did tell them a lot. I told them about what a suppressive person is. I had the list with me. I talked about, you know, how they are. I wanted to talk about all the front groups and the safe pointing they do. But I told them the basics of what they believe. I told them that, you know, David Miscavige has current lawsuits out against him.
Yes.
Just heaps of stuff. Heaps and heaps of stuff.
Wow. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, not everything. Yeah. And just like to try and get some more Aussies on board, get the word out down here and hopefully get some help and other people. It'd be lovely to have a streamer over east, because I'm quite isolated from everyone. I'm actually in one of the most isolated cities in the world. The nearest big city to me is Singapore. So it's actually cheaper for me to fly to Singapore than it is to Melbourne. It's very, very expensive to fly domestically within Australia. Like for me to go to Melbourne, I have to take my son with me because I don't have any support with that. So I have to pay for 2 airfares, and it can be, $1,500 just to fly there, and that's to Melbourne.
Holy moly.
Melbourne's slightly closer than Sydney, so that's why I haven't been to Sydney yet. And I'd love to get to Sydney. And then I digress. Now I've just remembered, Marie, the Sydney on the 30th of June. I actually printed it out. Don't know where it is. They're doing something at AOSH ANZO, so the headquarters in Sydney. They're having it seems to be like a meeting about dissemination, they're saying the biggest dissemination event of Dianetics. So Hubbard's ultimate goal was to take over the world with Dianetics and clear the planet and all this, let's hypnotize everyone. So they're planning this massive campaign of disseminating Dianetics. So I don't know if it's a public event or whatever, but if it was just down the road, I'd love to get loads of people and be outside and protesting that. But so I think this LA protest on L. Ron Hubbard Way is coming up at just the right time.
Okay, Cherokee Joy. I can't put it in T's chat. I can only put it in my chat. So if you're on my YouTube channel, you can see it. So T, if you wouldn't mind putting, thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
And Mare, are you in Canada or are you in Australia? Because she says in Canada, it's really common in Canada, no shoes in the house. So I'm wondering if you are Canadian or if you happen to simply know a lot about being Canadian, because frankly, Canada's awesome. So is Australia.
Yeah, I love Canada.
Well, you're in Canada. Excellent.
There we go. I'll just share the channel. All right, Joy. Oh, can I post it in this from Streamyard chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, because it's my channel.
That's right.
Yeah. There you go. If you click on there.
There you are.
So Hong Kong to Perth is a lot cheaper than to Sydney, probably. Yeah. What kind of blasphemy is that? No, blasphemy is a good word for that. Yeah. and it's cheaper for me to go on holiday to Bali than it is to go to Sydney.
I'd love to go to Bali.
Bali's
I'd like to go to Sydney too, but I mean,
Bali's beautiful. It's amazing, and it's only 3.5 hours away from me.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? That's the kind of the geography of it. Australia is huge.
It is, yes. Well, it's not just huge; it's dispersed, right? It's not like it's got really high concentrations, but it's just high concentration, boom, high concentration, boom.
I think it's like 90% of the population live on the coast.
Yes,
and then you've got like the Aboriginal communities in the middle of nowhere, and then up the top, because it's the tropics and everything, and that they've got lower populations. But I think in here in WA, it's the desert state, so it's very, very dry, and people. There's a lot of mining here. I think it might be the richest state. I'm not sure. Because of the mining, and people they're doing fly in, fly out jobs of mining. So people from east, they'll come from over east. They do 4 weeks on, 1 week off. So rather than living here, they just kind of, no, I don't think so, mate.
I had to put that up. I thought it was hilarious. Yes, opal mines. Opal mines are gorgeous. I love opals. Yeah.
I'm planning
opals are one of my favorite stones, and they're so soft.
Beautiful. So right in the center of Australia, there's a place called Kubapidi, and that's the main opal mine in the whole of Australia. And people actually, because it's so hot there, they live in caves, like tunnels and stuff, and it's just really, really cool. And I think that my boy would love that. So
I know so many people who would love that.
Yeah. So I'm planning, one day. dropped a lot of my work, which I probably shouldn't have done because I love traveling.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will go there with my son because I popped into Adelaide on the way home from getting the shots done, and I loved Adelaide. I was only there for like 24 hours, but it's a really nice, like, cool, chilled out city. So and that's in South Australia, and Cooperpedia is part of South Australia, even though it's like
Okay.
a few hours flight from Adelaide to get there. It's part of that state. So I might just do that. I might do a holiday to South Australia, and
Oh, wow.
I've got somebody that I've been speaking to from there in mail.
Mhm.
I've been speaking to him for like over 6 years, and we've never met.
Wow.
You know? And we talk
Okay.
pretty much every day. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's
Huh.
about time we met. Yeah. And he's lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, so I might just go and see him. I've said for the last couple of years, yeah, I might come and see you. So he's a single dad to 6 kids. So I don't
Oh,
expect
my
him to
word.
visit me, you know. I've only got 1 kid, so I'm like, you know, it makes more sense for me to go and visit him. I will get to that one day. And hello, if you're
Yep.
watching.
Yes. Yeah. So Uluru is Ayers Rock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gone back to the Aboriginal name. I think they gave it back to the Aboriginal people, and they call it
The
Uluru.
Uluru.
Yeah. Uluru.
Yeah, they've done that in Canada as well. A lot of the Indigenous or Aboriginal, or however you want to say, the original people of a country, right? I tend to use the word Indigenous, but yeah, the Indigenous names are coming back because we're recognizing their inherent peopleness. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here, you know, it's we've there's evidence that they've been Indigenous to Australia for some places. They say 60,000 years. You know, the longest.
Yes.
Race,
Absolutely.
You know? So
absolutely.
I think that deserves a lot of recognition, and you know, it's history's sad in so many different countries, and I think that I don't know, a lot of it needs to be recognized.
And Cherokee, yes, I do have mods in my chat. Crystal is the one who is backstage with me, and Indigo, who was here earlier, is one of my mods. And I don't know that I've seen any of my other mods here today. So, yeah. Okay, now this is just, I'm assuming this is a language that I just don't know.
Maori language.
Maori. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool language.
Yeah. The Maori language. Yes, you sure did. Cherokee Joy, are you Maori yourself?
It's good day. Like Kiora is like good day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just using a translator now. Good. Hello, peace, and the moon.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, Timarama is the moon.
Yeah.
Is it? No. Tirangi Marie, sorry if I've mispronounced that, means peace, and Timarama means the moon. Beautiful. They have a lovely word for autism, actually. Hang on, let me just find it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Hang on I'll just get it because it's really nice.
And Marilee, your parents were from Haida Gwaii? Because they lived in a First Nations community. Yeah, so would they be from Haida Gwaii, or were just from somewhere on the West Coast, perhaps? And being Cherokee American Indian, interesting. Beautiful bone structure. Oh my goodness, the Cherokee Indigenous, the Cherokee Nation, beautiful bone structure. Love it.
So Taki, I don't know how to pronounce it. Taki Waitanga. It means in one's own time and space, which I think is a beautiful way of kind of acknowledging.
That is so nice. Yes.
Yeah, like autistic individual spirit experience in the world, if you know what I mean, because
yes,
we do experience the world in a different way, I guess. I've been told that I am autistic by my psychiatrist, psychologist, many over the years, and but I just can't afford to get the diagnosis, you know. So, but it would make my mum and dad both autistic. My brother, my son. So it would make sense.
That kind of does. Yeah. So I have to ask, how do you say thank you in Maori? I say thank you in more than 40 languages. So I like to learn thank you in all of these languages. So yeah.
I love that. I don't know that in that many languages, but oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can remember. Obrigada. I'll say everything, and you tell me if you know what language it is.
Oh, that's in Brazil.
Yeah, Portuguese. Yeah. Merci. That's an easy one. Isn't
French,
it? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't done this for a long time. Thalimanderit.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
That's Albanian. There you go. I got another one. You got 41.
No, like I said, more than 40. It's probably close to 50 now, but okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Thank you. No, I can't remember anymore now. When you got to think of stuff and you can't think of it. But yeah.
Okay. Dużo dobre.
That's wait a minute. It's not Polish. It's Czech Republic. Not Czech Republic. What's the language?
It's actually Ukrainian, and it means very good.
Yeah,
Dużo dobre is very good. And Dziękuję is also Ukrainian, means thank you.
Okay.
Zakiu is Polish. I just learned that one.
Yeah.
Toda is Hebrew.
Awesome. So dobre is Czech Republic. Is it Czech Republic?
Is it?
Is it called the Czech Republic?
Czechia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dobre. Spasiba.
Spasiba is Russian.
Yeah. Now I can't remember. That's the only ones I can remember.
Australia. Cheers, mate. I can do that one. I'm good with that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Na mihi nui. Na mihi nui. Did I say that right, Cherokee Joy? Oh, in Portuguese, yes, that's obrigado.
Obrigado. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, obrigada if we're talking to each other, aren't we? Because it's female. Obrigada.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You want to say it? Because I used to live in Portugal. For a while,
cool.
Yeah. So we used to just say like slang, obrigado, like that.
Obrigado. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's like saying thanks.
Obrigado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Beautiful people. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Slavic languages are a tongue twister, man, oh man. And English is nasty because we adopt languages and we just like suck them in, We just grab them, hold on to them, and call them ours. Yeah. Nothing like colonialism.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
Dankeschön is German. Danke is also Dutch. So
where have I got dankjewel from? Dankjewel? What's that?
Dankjewel. I don't know that one.
I think it might be Danish. Dankjewel.
Could be. It would be that area.
I used to be based in Copenhagen for a while when I was a flight attendant, and all I learned was thank you, chicken, beef, and rubbish. Because you're going up and down the aisle.
Yes.
And you're feeding them, and you can either say, oh, chicken korma with pilaf rice and or like
beef.
Beef casserole with, and we just go, boef or alfal.
Yeah.
Alfal.
Alfal?
No, alfal's rubbish, isn't it? Kulik or boef. And then you go to, later you go down with the rubbish bag and you're like, alfal? For rubbish, get their trash.
I was on my way to Thailand in 2006, and throughout the whole plane, I kept hearing these people go chai, chai, chai. No, cha, cha, cha. That's tea in Chinese. Yeah. Chai is tea in Hindi. So if you're in India, that's what you would call it, is chai. So when somebody says I'm having chai tea, it means I'm having tea. So,
okay. Yeah. That's another language, Thai. So I know, so Wanika, Kapkunka. Kapkunka? Is that thank you?
Kapkunka, yeah, that'd be thank you. Yeah. Kapkunka. Kapkunklap if you're a man.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause I spent a lot of time in Thailand when I was flying as well. That's
Oh,
where when I was
nice.
based in Copenhagen, that's where we would fly to Phuket, Bangkok, and Goa. Yeah. So,
Beautiful.
and then when I was
That is
based in
such a
London,
gorgeous land, isn't it?
it's
Wow.
beautiful, beautiful
Yeah.
people as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I was based in the UK, when I was flying out of London, I would go to mainly Calgary, New York, Fort Lauderdale, San Diego, and sometimes Vancouver and Ottawa. Yes, I was like very, very lucky that I got to fly around the world for free, you know. But very, very hard job because it was a long haul, no frills airline, and they worked us like dogs. You'd never get a break.
Wow.
Even on, so like I remember doing an 11-hour flight to Thailand once, and we didn't have a break. And you know, it's not like we just go there and jump on the plane. You have to do your briefing before, then you have to go from the office to the airplane, then you have to do all the pre-safety checks and everything, and then all the boarding. And so it can be like 2-3 hours sometimes before you actually get to take off. Then you've got the 11-hour flight. Then you've got, you know, you're getting all the passengers off. Then you have to go back, you know, you have to have your debriefing and all of that, get to the hotel. And I remember I was walking along with my cart like this, like nodding, you know, and you're supposed to be able to be alert to save people's lives. And
one would think
safety, you know, people think you're waitresses in the sky, but you're there for people's safety. And it just, you know,
interesting.
Yeah.
That's a job I would love to have at some point, but it does. Marilee is right. It sounds brutal. It sounds.
Yeah. It was actually a
hard.
Canadian airline. It was that. So it's I don't know if you've still got it there. Zoom Airlines.
Sort of.
Blue planes with the white writing.
Yeah.
And they started a sister company. So I think it's either Limited or PTY there, but whatever the other one was, Limited. They started, a couple of guys in Glasgow started like a sister company. And they weren't running it right, and it went bankrupt after. I don't think
Zoom is around anymore. I've heard of them, but
well, that branch, the sister branch, went down, and then, but I think the Canadian one kept running for a while. But the British one definitely went down. They were just being silly. They were spending too much money. They were trying to like make it like Virgin, giving away too much stuff for free. And keeping the costs down. They weren't making any money, you know. It was just really silly.
Well, if you're Virgin, you're owned by a billionaire. He can subsidize a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's been a lot. There was another one in San Diego. Yeah.
There have been a lot of plane crashes lately.
Yeah. It's well, do you know what though, Amy? From my experience, you know. I know it doesn't feel like it, but you know, flying is statistically the safest form of travel.
It is.
And there are actually thousands or hundreds of crashes every year. They're not made public, you know. So I wonder sometimes if sometimes making them more public to maybe distract from something else. I don't know, but there have, and maybe it's just a coincidence that there have been quite a few flights lately in the US, haven't they? You know, that
there have
speaking out about. Yeah, I don't know how bad they were.
8 months. More in the last 8 months than in the last 5 years.
Yeah. Oh, because Marilee, I was saying it. Sorry.
Exactly. I was going to answer that question right.
I hope I
was listening when T said your name. So, and I had a friend many moons ago named Marilee.
Yeah. It's a lovely name.
Qantas has never had a plane fall out of the sky. I've heard that rumor. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look up these flights recently that if a lot of people lost their lives and stuff because, you know, maybe something's going on. It sounds it's not good anyway.
Sounds a bit dodgy.
Shall I go on to my story about the shots and then let's do
that a different day because I want to hear all about it. I don't want to gloss because those shots have me so fascinated. I have a lovely alphabet after my name. None of it has to do with PhD. So it was just, And one of the initials after my name is PTSD. And I was reassessed by my psychiatrist within the last 3 or 4 months. and you have to have a score of 33 in order to be diagnosed with PTSD. My score went down to 31. So I do not any longer have PTSD. I have features of PTSD. So yeah.
Whatever that means,
yeah, I know, right? It means I'm no longer obsessed.
Have you heard of this book?
I've read it a couple of times. Well, I shouldn't say I've read it. I've listened to it on audiobooks.
Isn't that
The dullest, most dry, terrible narrator. It was awful.
I struggled. That was, I think it's like 8 hours, isn't it? And it's just like monotone, like da 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 da, and it sounds like very repetitive and stuff. So
it's terrible.
But I've never read this book. I've owned it for months and I've never read it because I just can't. I can't. My brain just doesn't want to read. I haven't actually tried reading since I've had the shots.
You should try it.
I know.
Try a chapter, just one, or even just 2 pages.
Yeah.
Right. See if you can get yourself through 2 pages.
Yeah, I've been reading articles online a lot better since because that fuzziness has gone from my brain. You know, it's been awesome. I've had a really, really good week. I've been feeling so happy and positive and motivated, which I haven't felt in years, you know. So
okay, I've got my June calendar here, my friend. When are you coming on to talk about the shots?
I mean, gosh. So what days do you do? You do Wednesdays and Fridays, was it?
Yes, for you, Wednesdays and Fridays.
Okay. I mean, I could come on next Friday if you want.
Next week, I am busy until June. Next week, I'm away from the computer. So I'm not able to do next week, but the week after Friday, I could do.
Okay. Yeah, that should be all right. Yeah. Yes,
sure.
That should be fine. Yeah. If it's around the same time.
Yes.
That would be good.
Do you need to do at 9 o'clock again?
Yeah, if that's okay. Yeah, because it's right
not
on
a problem.
School thing. We don't have the clocks going backwards and forwards either, so it's always going to be the same time for me. But I don't.
Ours. I live in Saskatchewan. Our clocks don't move either. So
awesome. Saskatchewan. I've always wondered how to pronounce that properly.
Saskatchewan. Sort of like Sasquatch. Yep. Yeah.
It must be cold up there. Oh my god. Is it cold?
I don't know. It was 19 degrees today.
Okay.
So it wasn't awful.
I love you do Celsius. That's brilliant.
I know, right? Makes life so much easier.
I'll see what the temperature is here at the moment. Let's see if we're the same. 14. Oh my god, so it's actually colder here. It's 14.
It's colder in Australia than it is at home. Oh.
And the hottest it will be is at 16 degrees at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, so Maria, I don't know if you're in the Voice Down Under Facebook group. I think it's been posted in there by Rod Keller. He posts all the stuff. He's got the inside info of stuff going on in Australia. He's recently joined the group, and he's amazing. He's been sending so much amazing stuff. So yeah.
And Kathy, I am so sorry to hear that you've had a life that has led to CPTSD. That is.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, it's up here. She has CPTSD. And that is really, really rough. Really rough.
That's what I'd be interested because that's what I had. I'm collecting the alphabet as well, you know. And I'd be curious to see. I actually need to book in with my doctor and see where I score on that now. That'd be really interesting. And I actually feeling now at this point with the happiness lasting and it not knowing it's not just a hormonal thing because, you know, like just the week before I'm like, and I'm a hyper and then I go irritable and then it's like, you know.
Do you happen to have bipolar disorder?
No, I tick all the boxes except one, but.
Which one?
You know, I can't remember. It was one near the bottom. That's all I know. I don't remember, but I don't think I have. I don't think I have bipolar. I think, and it's got to the point where I'm like, you know, I don't want to keep putting all these labels on it. Just address the behavior. Just address the behavior, or address the core kind of thing of what's.
That's the thing, though, is if you do have bipolar disorder, it's a chemical disorder. It needs medication.
Yeah,
it's not simply addressing a behavior.
Yeah,
if it's like borderline personality disorder. It will have other things like depression and anxiety, but it in and of itself is a behavioral disorder. It's a personality disorder. Whereas
Yeah.
what I have, I have some really stupid behavior, but it's because of a chemical disorder, which needs treatment. So
yeah. I don't think I qualify for that personally. I don't know. I think
that's very fair.
The DSM is very outdated, and when you look at, if you go into the research of how these things are calculated, it's very strange, and I think it needs updating, definitely. So
yeah,
I've got enough letters.
In
fact, I'm trying to. I think I might even. So I've got CPTSD. You got the ADHD.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I haven't even spoken about it for so long. Can't remember. ASD.
Hi, Mandy. Nice to see you. Glad you're here.
Oh, just and I am, like I say, like I'm just trying not to look at all the labels and just be who I am.
Yeah.
Accept a lot of it and stop beating yourself up for it. Forgive yourself, and you know, find your tribe and find the people that love you for who you are and understand and don't care whether you're a bit crazy every now and then. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, yeah. The reason now we're on totally different. We should talk about this when we talk about your shots. Yeah, because we'll be talking mental health then. Yes. So I am going to write shots and mental health.
Pretty awesome yourself. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. When you find out what this thing is, and you're that's very true as well, Marilee. They do tick a lot of the same boxes. When you find out what it is, the label or whatever, it can help you know what to do with it. Yeah, once you can recognize it. But there's so many that kind of overlap.
That's right. Yeah.
And the thing is I got diagnosed with ADHD 2 years ago, and then I read a lot of studies that said a lot of people in their 40s are getting wrongly diagnosed with ADHD when it is in fact trauma. And so I went down the medication route, and it didn't suit me, and it made me more anxious. It was really hard to get off it, and I had to wean myself off. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to get off them, go back to my baseline, and then try and deal more with the trauma. I hit a wall with the therapy and everything, and then found out about the shots, and I've done that, and now I feel like I'm at a baseline, and I do still have the ADHD traits. So now I have both.
Right. See, now my ADHD did actually treat well with the medication. So when I was talking to my psychiatrist, she's like, okay, why do you want to know what would you do differently if you did have this diagnosis? I'm like, well, treating it would be good, So then 6 months later, I went in, and my husband went in with me. He's like, she can write lists now and not freak out. I could never write a list to save my life without totally freaking out. More than one thing in a row of something to do would just overwhelm me. And so being on this medication,
you write the list and then you forget to look at it, or
No. I remember. Yeah, no, I remember to look at my lists, and I do actually carry them with me, but I have them on my phone, which is handy. Yeah. So
I forget I have the list, so I still don't do all the stuff I need to do. Yeah. There's so many overlapping symptoms. It's hard. Yeah, but I think I don't know. I guess looking at them all. I don't know. Yeah. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on another stream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what we're going to do, because it's been an hour and a half, we're going to say tonight is a wrap. Thank you for this wonderful introduction to you. I cannot wait to get to know you better. I really can't wait. This is going to be great. But yes, we will talk about mental health and the shots. And we can learn all about that.
Just want to say, I do not get commission for these shots or anything, and neither does Jamie Mustard. So
no, he actually gives a discount though.
No, he doesn't.
Sorry, they give a discount. Not anymore?
No, you don't get a discount. It's the only people that seem to get discounts is the veterans.
No, when I called them, I made an appointment to do an assessment. They said, oh, since you referred through Jamie Mustard, you get $300 off.
I didn't get that.
Well, maybe it's the American ones. They do. And basically that is simply the initial intake fee. You get that for free. Yeah.
I think I did get some money off, but it wasn't anything to do with Jamie.
Okay.
Was it the intake? They did cut some money off for me because I said, look, oh my God, I'm just thinking of the difference from then and now. I was bawling my eyes out and I'm going, this is going to save my life. And, and she was like, she was almost crying as well. And she's just like, I'll get you some money knocked off, But I did actually contact Jamie and said, is there I heard something about a discount because he mentioned it on one of his videos. He got back to me and he said, I think he said something like, no, we can't do it in Australia. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah. So but that's good that you guys get help over there because some of you get it covered a bit by insurance and I didn't know. I actually got
in the US perhaps, but not. I don't believe we do in Canada because it's not offered in Canada.
Right. Yeah. So you'd have to go to the US to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. I thought there was one place that did it. I don't know, but yeah, we I didn't know until after I got it done that some of it was covered by Medicare, and so they called me just before the thing. They called me just before I was about to go and get it done, and they said, we've got some really bad news. I'm really, really sorry. They've changed this legislation and we won't be able to give you your rebate. And I went, what rebate?
There was a rebate?
Yeah. I was like, what rebate? And then she goes, but as a gesture of goodwill, we'll give you $250. And I was like, you said you were calling me with bad news. I'm like, this is great news, So,
wow.
Yeah, so the public hospital ones are usually the SGB shot, which is you can get it done under
still like ganglion block. Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is, but it's it's double. It's a double, and then it's 2 lots of double, so that will not be covered. But you can get the SGB, which can relieve symptoms, but maybe not for as long, and it's not the full-on shebang. I wanted the whole full-on shebang. That's what I was recommended to get done, not just by the doctors and stuff, but by other people. Miriam Francis, my friend Ree, I think Cheryl as well. She said that because Ree went and got the SGB done just the one side, and her symptoms came back. She was re-traumatized, and
oh no,
by something, and then she was like went back and had the 2 doubles done, and she's doing amazing. She's a psychotherapist of 20 years who went through a lot of trauma in her childhood, and then she went through like horrendous workplace bullying and isolated herself for she's an amazing human.
Seriously.
7 years. She isolated herself for 7 years. She was suicidal and all of that. Had the dual sympathetic done, and she's now going back to work as a psychotherapist this year. So and she is.
I wish.
The world needs a person like her. She is a gift. She is an incredible human, and she's not on YouTube anymore because she's busy doing life. See,
I had to quit teaching and go to art, so that's what happened with me.
Amazing. I can't even draw a tree. Look at those; they're fantastic.
Thank you.
I bloody wish I could be artistic. I'm not artistic at all.
I could teach you. Yeah, I could teach you. Anyways, so
sorry. Yeah.
My beautiful blue-haired friend. First of all, love the hair. Love the hair. Anyway, I will talk to you again on Friday for you, June 6th for you, June 5th for me. And I love how we have to go. For you, it's one day. For me, it's another day.
I have to double check and let you know, because I know there's a psych appointment at some point, June the 6th for my son, and I have to.
Yes.
Take him.
Yeah, get back to me.
Yes.
And thank you, Marilee. I appreciate that.
Yes, not face. I had to top it up for my interview yesterday. I did.
Woohoo!
Yeah, but it's starting to break, and I'm like, oh, do I go back to natural? And it's like, I only dyed it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, hair grows 1/2 inch a month. That's what it does.
So, but it's getting to winter, so maybe I can hide it with hats and things.
See, why do you think I'm wearing? I look bald because I've got regrowth to here. Like I'm a natural redhead, so I've got regrowth to there, and then I've got this color. And if my husband is watching this, sweetheart, we need to color my hair. So,
does he help you color it?
Oh, he totally does. Yes.
Oh,
I started out my adult life as a hairdresser, so I have taught him how to do it. Or my daughter, either my husband or my daughter.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'll have to go and get to work. But yeah, please,
Yes.
please have a look at, check out Michelle's book.
Yes, Falling Out of the Pink Cloud. Is that what you said it is? Falling from a Pink Cloud. Yes, I'm going to have to look into that. And Snotface, I have not heard that name in quite a few months. I'm glad to see you outside of that very wet, soggy area that we used to hang out in. And yeah, nice to see you.
Which one you mean? But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, there was a YouTube channel that many of us used to follow. So
okay.
Yeah.
We won't go down that road.
Yeah. PTSD right there.
Oh.
For some people it was really, really bad. For me, it was just disappointing. And I didn't get the same type of trauma that many people I really consider to be friends were quite traumatized by it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So glad that is over. Absolutely. All right. So I will talk to you again. Get back to me. You have my Facebook information. You have my email address. Lovely. I really am looking forward to talking to you again.
Oh,
all right, everybody.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Oh, Cosmic, now she's here. Okay. I love you all. I don't know you all yet, but we're getting there. And I really appreciate that you came. So have an awesome evening here. Have a great day there. And yes, give people you love a hug.
Yeah. And
I'll talk to you later.
Please follow and like this stream and follow Kim because she's a legend.
Thank you so much. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Some come with scars, some come with dreams. In this circle, we're more than what we seem. No judgment here, just voices to be heard. Through laughter, through the tears, we find every word.
I'm my brother's keeper, I'm my sister's guide. Standing here together with nothing left to hide. We lift each other up when the world feels torn apart. We're keepers of the flame, we're the healers of the heart.